More snow melt falls. One there. One there. I don't know how well you can see them with this little pocket shoot camera, but again, we're getting ever closer to the glacier, where we hope to see some bergs calving. It seems likely. There's been a lot of thunderous activity going on as we paddle up to it. I'm just recording now because it's hard to predict when you're going to see something. It doesn't always coincide with sound. And waiting for a big chunk of ice to drop off. Haven't seen anything that dramatic. I think really what you're here for is just the general scenery, and I don't think the chunks of ice or dropping into the water are necessarily that scenic, unless you happen to be by some place that has a really big chunk. Ah, there is a good one. Okay, turn out the lights. Party's over. Ah, I got the cave. There's the cave. Yeah, these guys in the boat got a great sound gun. There we go. Oh, yeah. Boy, now Eugene's running in a plus position now. The whole cave's going. I'm taking my picture. Oh. Right about now, our guide is crapping his pants because he told me not to wander off and get in any more trouble. But, I mean, how many times are you going to be up here? They're way down there by that rock. But, I mean, who can resist this? I mean, you know, ice caves, glaciers. Unbelievable. Here are Karen and I sneaking up on Islet Glacier, hoping to catch one of those ever rare occurrences, not extremely rare, but it seems like rare when you don't have your camera on, of an iceberg calving. And we paddled 6 hours to get here, including part of it into a 4-mile-an-hour tide race. And actually I'd be a heck of a lot more impressed if the glacier was able to spout some beer than calve an iceberg at this point. Well, here we are. We've landed, and this is about as close as they're going to let us get, which isn't bad. So Kimber's asking me if she can take my picture while she's still pulling her pants up from a much-deserved leak. This is some waterfalls by where we're looking to camp, which is over there, with more waterfalls. And this would be a nice place to set up tents, and we're just checking it out for the possibilities. Well, you can see all this snow melt coming down. Just a beautiful place to camp. Really kind of magical. This is right behind our campsite. It's morning. We're getting ready to move on, but before we do, taking some shots of the scenery right behind the campsite.
When I was a child and I lived in the city, I dreamed of Alaska, so far away. And I dreamed I was flying over mountains and glaciers. Somehow I knew that I'd live there one day. Well, it took me some growing and a fair bit of schooling, a little bit of trouble to get on the move. And I felt like a loser, but I turned out the winner when it came to Alaska, the land that I love. Here's to Alaska, here's to the people, here's to the wild, and here's to the free. Here's to my life in a chosen country. Here's to Alaska and me. I was born in a cabin on Little Mulchatna, raised in hard times, but I had a good life. From the first time I flew with my father a-singing, I knew that I'd wind up a bush pilot's wife. We sleep near the sound of a slow-running river and wake up most mornings to a drizzling rain. And we live every day like the first or the last one, with nothing to lose and heaven to gain. Here's to Alaska, here's to the people, here's to the wild, and here's to the free. Here's to my life in a chosen country. Here's to Alaska and me. Oh, for a fire on a cold winter's night, once more to gaze at the great northern lights. For all of the beauty my children will see. Here's to Alaska and me. Here's to Alaska, here's to the people, here's to the wild, and here's to the free. Here's to my life in a chosen country. Here's to Alaska